The end is near. The end is here. Dun 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 dun. Burn it down. Dun 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 dun. Dun. Remember that song, The End is Near? Between, when they used to have Hell in a Cell matches, that used to be the song. Before the Hell in a Cell became its own pay per view and was watered down. Before characters and storylines were watered down and, not produced correctly and, over scripted. And the WWE, here's the thing. The WWE keeps scoring these low Raw ratings. And the Monday Night Raw rating dropped again to a new record low this week. I've been watching old Attitude Era Raws. And yeah, the matches weren't as good as the matches we get today. But it wasn't the matches. It was the storylines. It was the characters. It was the evolution. It was the involvement. It was the investment. It was the product. It was the entertainment. It was the writers. Everyone put all in, and there was competition. Everyone's saying, oh, well, Raw keeps getting these low Raw ratings week in and week out. They reach a new low. They always somehow, outdo the next week, but in a bad way. But yet the WWE keeps getting all these good deals, Fox and all these other sponsorships and all these networks. The WWE has their own WWE network. So the WWE is doing something right. Their marketing, their merchandising, that's all good and well. But the ratings are not flowing so well. And then a report came out that Vince McMahon is attempting to fix the WWE problems with creative and live event hires. Vince McMahon has hired new creative members. Reportedly, Jeff Jarrett's on that creative team. Rumors that Jason Jordan's on that creative team. They've hired other writers from outside ventures. Let's just look at this report because this is where things get a little bit wishy-washy. This is where we need Vince Russo back. I apologize. I'm sorry. I know, people are going to say that Vince Russo was responsible for putting an entire wrestling business out of business, which is absolutely ridiculous because that was already a sinking ship. WCW was already dead in the water when Vince Russo got there. Vince Russo actually improved the product. He actually made it better. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, WWE Chairman Vince McMahon's attitude and his alluded that the company has been hiring new people for sports and spots. And we, WWE Sports Entertainment, right? It's always been called Sports Entertainment. For the creative events and in charge of live events during a WWE conference call. On previous conference calls, Vince McMahon has talked about reimagining live events. These shows are losing money for the company because of declining attendance. Names such as Bruce Pritchard, Dana Warrior, and Jeff Jarrett have been reported hires for the creative team. PW Insider is reporting that other people have been hired for the team. Keep in mind that Vince McMahon has the final say on what is presented to fans on Raw and SmackDown Live. Now, here's the thing. These people in the creative team, we always give the creative team a hard time. We always give them a hard sell. We always knock them down. But you know what? Again, it's down to what Vince McMahon wants and what Vince McMahon sees. If he doesn't like your idea, he may say it's not going to happen. Oh, this ain't going to work. We're not going to do it this way. We're not going to do it that way. Well, then why even have a creative team? We have been knocking down, we have been saying negative things about the creative team all these years. But what happens if it was Vince McMahon? What happens if there was a good idea? What happens if something was thrown on the table that was compelling and entertaining and engaging? And Vince McMahon said, we're not going to do it that way. And again, I'm not going to be here and knock down Vince McMahon. Mr. McMahon, the guy's a multi-millionaire. He hasn't gotten where he's gotten because he's absolutely stupid. He may have lost track of some things here and there, but Vince McMahon still has his finger on some sort of a pulse, right? He's going to be doing something right. Now, regarding the live event division, the shows are still overseen by Michael Hayes. Also, Steve Corino has been working on the creative side of the live events. WWE has also hired live event managers in Jules Rice and Stephanie Steffens. The breakdown will see Rice overseeing WWE live events in the Mid-West, while Steffens will oversee the Southeastern-based live events for the WWE. So, the WWE is trying to fix. They're trying to reimagine. They're trying to fix a major problem because, you know what? WWE's going to Fox, and you know what? I can almost see Fox wanting to pull out when you get ratings that are this disastrous, and I'm going to be honest with you, I've been going back and watching the Attitude Era Raws on the WWE Network. Hell, even some Raws in 96 were better than the Raws we're getting now. I'll have to even be honest with you. Everyone's been asking Sean, do Raw reviews. Do Raw reviews. We haven't seen you do a Raw review in over a year. Well, do you know why that is? Because the shows have sucked. And I'm not going to come on here and brutalize and scandalize and neutralize and be negative about the whole show. I love how WWE does the top 10 Raw moments every week. That's what goes up my back end. That's what goes up my rear end. The top 10 Raw moments of the week. Now, don't get me wrong. There is some great matches. And it's not the talent, it's not the wrestler's fault that the ratings are degrading and declining. This is embarrassing. I mean, this is terrible. This is bad. But Vince McMahon now attempting to fix the WWE problems. Now, the McMahon family came out on live television late last year or early this year, I forget when it was, and that they said that they've been disappointing, and they haven't been on a roll, and they haven't been doing the right thing, and, they're going to put the fans in control, and then we're going to have more say on who's put... You know what? The days of, new matches and fresh superstars, and then you call up some fresh superstars, and you change their gimmick. You rearrange them. You taint them. Burn it down. The WWE is burning itself down. But then on the second token, the WWE is scoring all these deals. They're going on Fox Network. They're going to get more promotion. They're going to be more dynamic. They're going to be more satanic. Again, I'm not asking for the Attitude Era. I'm not asking for the Ruthless Aggression Era. I'm asking for something in between. And you know what? I hope AEW or ROH or TNA or NJPW or whatever other promotions out there today, I hope they do beat the WWE. I hope they push the WWE. I hope they challenge the WWE. I hope they damnly well make the WWE force. Because you know what? It's the WWE is a little bit lazy right now. And again, why have a creative team if Vince McMahon is going to shoot down everything you do? Now, I'm not going to blame it all on creative. And at the same token, though, I'm not going to blame it all on Vince McMahon. Because maybe the creative team, for all I know, maybe they don't have that many creative ideas. Maybe there's not a lot of compelling, motivating ideas. And Vince says, no, we're not going to do this. But then maybe Vince might have some good ideas. And then they go forth and back and forth. And then the show's being rewritten as the show's on live. They're changing the show around. They're changing the script as the show's on. Oh, well, that makes for some Crash TV. That's what Vince Russo did. Crash Television. Let the talent grow organically. That was a different time, a different era. All right? Now, ladies and gentlemen, things are much, much stellar. Things are a little bit more advanced. Things are a little bit more complicated, but at the same time, they're a little bit easier. All right? Not everybody's got Comcast or Verizon or whatever other Dish network or whatever the hell networks or whatever providers you got. You can watch Raw online. You can watch Raw on YouTube. You can watch the highlights. Again, I'll be the one to admit I'm a WWE fan since I was 3 years old. Now, I may not have understood what was going on at 3 years old, but as I got older and older and older, I loved it and I craved it and I enjoyed it. And you know what it is about Monday Night Raw back in the day, back in my time when I was 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17? Raw left me at the edge of my seat. Raw kept me to the point where I couldn't wait to see what happened from 1 hour to the next. And that was when Raw was 2 hours. Raw kept me wanting to see what was going to happen next week. Now there's no cliffhangers. There's nothing that makes you be like compelled to want to watch the next week. And that is a very, very, very big problem going into the next week, going into the next millennium, going into the next decade. And again, it's lack of again, the talent, the great wrestlers, extraordinary wrestlers, okay? The talent's not the problem. Oh, well, let's push that guy. Let's push this guy. Oh, the Revival. Oh, Gallows and Anderson, Oh, the Usos, you can have all the flips and all the hips and all the hops and all the dips and all the dives. You can have all that. But until you get something moving, until you get something growing, and until you get someone involved. Because, the WWE right now, they don't care about, it doesn't seem like they care about producing a good show. It doesn't seem like they care about good ratings. It doesn't seem like their finger is on it's like ratings are not priority to them, but they're moving to the Fox network. There's going to come a point in time where one of these companies, one of these entities, one of these USA Network or Fox, one of these companies are going to step and say, all right, when's it going to be changed? When is something going to happen? When is something going to materialize? When is It's already gone from bad to worse. I mean, this is bad. Do you think I want to come on here and talk decline and degrade and be negative about the WWE? Something I've watched since I was in diapers, something I've watched since I had baby food, something I've watched since I didn't even know how to walk or talk. Do you think I want to come on here and talk down the WWE? Listen, you got Seth Rollins, you got AJ Styles, you have part-timers in Brock Lesnar. You got Triple H who comes back occasionally. You got prime athletes. You got great gimmicks. I mean, look what they're doing with Bray Wyatt. Some like it, some are for it, some are against it. Now, see, I didn't mind last week's WWE Raw with Bray Wyatt, but this week I wasn't feeling what Bray Wyatt was doing. I wasn't feeling the vibe of Bray Wyatt this week. I just wasn't getting it. I wasn't feeling it. There's just a lot of things about the show that doesn't make a lot of sense. And I'll be honest with you, last night on Monday Night Raw, I had to shut it off. I would flip and flop, between shows. I would turn it on and turn it off. I would fall asleep. I would get back up and I'd be like, oh, Raw's still on. I watched the final moments with Seth Rollins and AJ Styles, and that was good. That was pretty good television. I'm not saying every Raw is terrible. I'm not saying that every single moment on Monday Night Raw is watchable either. But what I'm saying is, when push comes to shove, the WWE needs direction. They need assistance. They need help. The WWE needs help. You know when Brian Pillman first came back as a loose cannon, and he said, "Let's all pray. Let's all pray." And he got the whole Heart Foundation in the middle of the ring, and they all were in prayer. Well, I think for the late, great Brian Pillman, we all have to be in prayer right now for the WWE and the decline of the Raw ratings. It's not just one thing. It's not just creative. It's not just Vince McMahon. It's not just the powers that be. There's just so many different elements and ailments that go into the WWE today. And again, I don't want to come on here and be that guy, and I don't want to feel some sort of way. But viewers and subscribers, this is what is happening right now. This is what we're getting. This is what we're seeing. And then Lio Rush reportedly has so much backstage heat that we won't see Lio Rush in a WWE ring ever again. Lio Rush, WWE officials considering moving Lio Rush back to NXT. SmackDown Live tonight, Kevin Owens heel turn. Brian Cage was reportedly injured over the week. We got a steel cage match with Shane McMahon and The Miz. So viewers and subscribers, the WWE, they're trying. You can see where the WWE is trying. They're trying to dictate. They're trying to illustrate. They're trying, but Leo's rush in his days on WWE television, on the main roster, coming to an end. AJ Styles has nice things to say about AEW. That's already fueling speculation. Bray Wyatt has forgiven Randy Orton for burning down the Wyatt family compound a year or two ago. Because we all know Bray Wyatt's a very nice man now. Bray Wyatt's a very forgiving man. Bray Wyatt's all about, the trust and the honesty. And, Bray Wyatt's got this sinister side to him. But again, I digged the other segment he did a hell of a lot more than the segment that we got last night. I dig the segment last week more than we've got. But, that's just me. Who am I? I'm just a fan since 3 years old that I've seen the lowest of the lows and the highest of the highs. But viewers and subscribers, subscribe, smash the bell, turn on all notifications. The brash in the brazen, the dynamic show and view entertainment is here to entertain. And I am here to give you what it is you want, when you want, and how you want, because that's just the way it's going to be. Your comments and your opinions on Lio Rush, Vince McMahon trying to change things, the Raw ratings, and everything in between. Again, Monday Night Raw, the rating dropped again to a new record low. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is just the way of the show. Can you imagine what's going to happen when the NFL Monday Night Football returns? It's going to burn. Subscribe.